Hi all, welcome back. It's Fleur from Fleursbydesign back with you today. Today I am doing my second summer scrapbook challenge over at Scrapbook Nerd. It's summer camp time and we have a bunch of challenges and games and prizes going on this month over at scrapbooknerd.com, so come and join us over there for some fun challenges. And I'm a guest designer for the summer camp, and my second challenge is going to be Summer Crush, because you know, every summer when you're growing up you always have a summer crush, especially if you go away to camp. Usually you find a boy there that you like and have a crush on. So my summer challenge is going to be find your summer crush, whoever it is in the scrappy world right now that's really making things that inspire you. And for me, that person is Andrea Bethke, and I will post a picture of her and some of her work before this video so you can kind of get an idea of what she does. But she's Fairy Tale Scrapbooker on YouTube, and I'm also watching her class on Big Picture Classes, which is a Disney mini album, and it is amazing. And since I haven't scrapped any of my Disney stuff, I decided it was time to do it. So I am taking all of my inspiration from that class on Big Picture Classes, and I'm going to use it in a different way. She's using a 6x8 mini album. I'm going to be using, I had these Midoris custom made for me. I just found some Mickey material on Etsy and sent it to Love Neen on Etsy and asked her to make me a couple of Midoris. So I have a pink one and I have a black one, and I did take them with me, and I used one of the traveler's notebooks as an autograph book, so I have autographs in there. And of course I have my fun Mickey and Minnie pens. Actually, these are all mini, but I love pens and all that stuff from Disney, and I have so much memorabilia. I'm actually going to do traveler's notebooks, and I'm going to try and actually incorporate all the memorabilia into the books as well. And I'm going to take a lot of my inspiration from what Andrea did in her class and apply it to my Midori in just a little bit of a different way. So I can't really show you most of that class because it is a paid class on Big Picture Classes, but you'll see that I took a lot of inspiration. I can share one picture, which is the one that's on Instagram, which I will show right now before I go on to showing you how I use that as my inspirations. So stay tuned. I'm so happy to be finally getting some of my Disneyland trip scrapped. So one of the first things Andrea did in her class is made this really fun vellum shaker pocket. She used a different picture. This is a picture I had of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse in front of the castle. And she printed it on vellum and then added some sequins and then just stitched it up. And I have never done stitching before. I've just started this probably past couple of weeks. So my stitching, as you can see, is not that great, but I've done exactly what she did, which was add the vellum, and then I've added some fun sequins in there as a little shaker pocket. I've stitched there, so now all I have to do is go back and stitch along the across the top, or I can add washi tape, but I'm going to go stitch since I've stitched the rest of it. And that is going to be kind of the cover of one of my Midori books, and this is kind of because this is the first kind of thing we always see when we go into Disneyland, and I love to stop and just take a picture of Walt Disney with Mickey. He was the man behind the whole Disneyland dream, so you know, that's a really important statue for me. I take a picture of it every time we go just to remind myself that, you know, he's got a lot of great quotes about doing stuff and just being proactive and that kind of stuff, and you know, if you can dream it, you can do it. So that's really important to me. So I'm going to go finish this up, and then I'll show you how I add it to my first Midori. So to finish off my cover, I've added my shaker card, so you can see that's pretty cool. I love that. And it's just some clear sequins in there, some kind of iridescent ones. And then I added some, I think this is Queen and Company Flair, this little Mickey Mouse one here. I found this little I Love You Always chipboard on the Bloom collection chipboard. And I found this I Love This Place from the Simple Stories stickers. So I added just a few things. That's going to be the cover of one of my books, and I'm going to go through and show you how I'm going to lay out this book, and I'll add maybe the first few days. I think I have printed the first day of Disneyland, so I'm going to go through and show you how I'm going to lay it out, and also do a few more things that Andrea Bethke did in her class using the Mink. So I'll be back to show you how I do that in just a sec. Okay, so here's how my first opening page kind of turned out. So I've just added just a few more of the little epoxy words up there and added the gold magic down there, and I hope you can see how awesomely amazing that is. And I just added the little wish thing up there. So the next page I'm going to do, the first thing we did when we went to Disney this year, we've been so many times that we don't normally do the character breakfast anymore, but we were going with friends that had never been to Disneyland. So the first thing we did the first morning was go and do a character breakfast, and I'd never done the one in the park, so I said if we can do that one, that would be awesome. So we got to meet a lot of fun characters. So we met Minnie, Mickey, we met Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, Chip and Dale, and also Captain Hook. And I think there may have been another one, but I can't remember. We didn't get a picture with, I think, one of them. But this was just our first, this is only the first morning, and I have all these pictures that I'd like to get in the book. So this is from our character breakfast in the park, and I'm going to start with probably the the Minnie picture that we have. So probably do kind of like a mini page. And I have, the reason I bought the balloon collection is when I saw Andrea Bethke use it, she used the bows for the mini page. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to buy this just for that. So in this collection, there is a cute little pattern paper, if I can find it, that has bows all over it. Maybe I already ripped it out. There it is. So there's one that has bows all over it, and I thought she used it for Minnie Mouse, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. So I'm going to use this paper, and there's also a bow on the chipboard sheet, so I'll probably use that. And the next page we'll do is a Minnie Mouse picture, so I'll show you how that turns out. So I've finished the second page. So this is just all Minnie Mouse. This was the character breakfast, and what I did is I added the bow paper with the nice little fringe, and then I added together with Minnie and just made a little epoxy Mickey Mouse out of my Epiphany Crafts Shape Studio tools. And then on this side I took the other pictures we had of Minnie Mouse and my husband and I with Minnie and just added a couple of the chipboard frames and the little chipboard bow. And then in the little pocket that I made is the Minnie Mouse autograph that we got. So that's just slipped in the pocket there. And then I just added another one of the flare to the gold paperclip there to add it there. So we got 2 pages done. Now on to page number 3. Okay, so hopefully you can see for this page I've just used kind of a gingham because I thought it kind of reminded me of a restaurant, and a gray and turquoise just to kind of offset each other, and just added a few pictures from the breakfast, and then talked about on our first day we decided to go have a character breakfast, and because our friends had never been, and Captain Hook was one of the characters, and he tried to escape from us. Every time we tried to get a picture, we'd be like, Captain Hook! My son was playing Captain Hook in musical theater that year, so we had to get a picture with Captain Hook, but every time we tried to, he would run away. He was really funny. Eventually we caught up to him though. And of course the great, Mickey Mouse shaped waffles and everything for breakfast. It was very yummy. The other thing that Andrea Bethke does in her class, which I'm hoping I'm not giving away too much of the stuff that she does, but is she made her own little Mickey Mouse embellishment. So I just found like a silhouette file of Mickey Mouse head and cut it from scrap paper, pattern paper, and you can layer it with maybe a heart, or I just cut out another little heart out of black paper here. That one might be a little bit too small, but I think that one might be cute. And I'm just going to add that as another embellishment up there in the corner. And then to offset the yellow, I'm going to find something maybe a little bit yellow for down here. There is another circle heart, so let's get that glued down, and then we'll see how it looks. So like I said, I hope I'm not giving away too much of her class she has, but seriously, this is not even touching all the fun stuff that she made in her class for her Disney album. And she also has another Disney album on her blog that you can take a look at that was previous to this Disney album. So you can see kind of, if you're interested in seeing what kind of style she has, you can go and check that out. Now there was a yellow little heart, there it is. So I can probably add this over on this side just to kind of balance out that little bit of yellow there. So since I have 2 hearts there, I'm going to try and make a cluster. I could add the little one that I just cut out, maybe like that. I think that works. So usually when I'm doing, I don't like to do 2. I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. So when I'm doing little clusters, I usually try and do 3. So there we go, I've got 3 little hearts over here. And I'm going to call that page done. And I'm almost done our character breakfast. I have 4 more photos. So Chippendale, I think that's Chip that we have because he's got a chocolate chip nose, and Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and Captain Hook. So I'm going to do that on the next page, but I think I'm going to call it done for this video, and I will come back in the next couple of weeks and do more pages from this book, and hopefully you'll join me to see how this turns out. But again, lots of inspiration from Andrea Bethke. You can go check out her blog to find some inspiration as well. She does amazing things, so this is really cool, and I'm loving this first page. I think that's my favorite page so far, using the mink to make the castle. I really love that. So I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a big thumbs up if you did, and we will see you soon. Thanks, bye.